I was so worried that there are going to be comments. It's like, हमें तो ये pity भी नहीं लगती. क्या बैठ के बकवास कर रही है? I'm sure ये होने वाला है. I'm looking forward to it. It's just one of the challenges we face as an entrepreneur.
On top of that, so many people are telling us how it's convenient for them. It has become convenient for them to replace these pills with these patches.
I know what I should have added, but touch wood, I think it was an experience of a lifetime. It was an out-of-body experience. I was not in my body at that time. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
I do not remember very, very big chunks of it.
Yeah.
And mine was 1.5 hours,
Yeah.
shorter than yours. I'm very happy about that. But I don't remember a lot of it.
They have everything. What are they complaining about? 10 challenges that we face every
100%.
day. Hi guys, I am Ashima Batra, founder of the brands Darabi and Amali, and today I'm in conversation with Radhika Rajpal from Patch Up, and we're going to break some myths and some notions that the world seems to have about a very controversial topic, which is pretty privilege. You see my face doing that? Yeah, because why is that even a thing? But we're going to get deeper in that conversation. So,
Hi guys. Hi Ashima.
Hi.
I am Radhika. I'm the founder of Patch Up, and we were on Shark Tank season 4.
yes, we had
And-
breakfast and lunches together.
Yes, I know. Those days were very interesting though.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 days of seeing each other every single day. Yeah, you actually get to make friends, no?
Yeah, and
That's
because
actually a
you
good
also kind of
thing.
understand what the other person's going through.
I know.
Because you it's almost, it feels very warm that, okay, inki bhi utni fati hui hai, jitni tumhari fati hui hai is what. So today's conversation, I thought of this because I was going through Reddit. Somebody told me that, dude, you have to read Reddit. People are talking about you and they're saying shit. I opened Reddit and the entire thread is about, oh, looking at the girl in the middle, how much did Anupam invest? And there I read your name, like Patch Up Girl also, Anupam only invested. And I'm just like, how are these guys making it about what we look like? It angered me at first.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was really angry. But then when I started thinking about it, I honestly started feeling that what exactly is pretty privilege? I tried to break it down, and I think there is a science to pretty privilege. I genuinely do that. When you are talking to somebody you're attracted to, your brain is releasing dopamine that is making you perceive them in a nicer, sweeter way. It does affect how you're perceived. But that got me thinking to if that has been a case in my life or if it has not been a case. But what about you? What do you think if the pretty privilege is, first of all, and if that applies to your life?
See, I mean, honestly, personally, I have not really thought of it ever being a thing. In the sense that, think about it, like if a guy is attractive, I haven't ever heard of a handsome privilege.
Yeah.
Have you?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but then guys are attractive.
Yeah.
So, how do you really differentiate whether the bias is happening just because somebody is good looking in the viewer's eyes or not? I mean, that's something that I have not been able to define personally, and that's why, like, when there were comments, as you said, right, like that Anupam invested because, oh, it's a girl and everything. I was thinking, first of all, you also got 3 offers. I also got 3 offers from 3 different sharks.
Yeah.
So, are we then saying that Ritesh and Piyush in my case and Ritesh and Aman in your case were also investing only
Yeah.
in women? No, right? Nobody said that.
These are sharks that have built multi-million-dollar businesses.
Exactly.
So it's very absurd to think that they would
Invest their money.
invest crores in a business based on somebody that looks pretty-ish for 10 minutes. It's absurd. And if, as you said, if handsome privilege is not a thing, but that I honestly have to tell you, Radhika, that women have been subjected to
Yeah.
this notion that either you can be pretty or you can be intelligent. Somehow we're not able to accept the fact that a girl can be both. So that's why handsome privilege is not a thing, because it's easier to accept that a man can
Yeah.
be all those things, but a woman needs to be either or.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
And moreover, on top of that, to assume that just because, as you said, like looking pretty for 10 minutes is
Yeah.
actually gonna lead to that success.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, success is a very, very long term, slow brewing thing.
Yeah.
Right? You and I were not on Shark Tank overnight.
Yeah, we were not.
There was a lot that happened behind that for us to actually get there.
Yeah.
And then to think that on each step, was there a pretty privilege?
Our
How would
books
systems
were
work?
completely demolished. Our entire businesses, when I was born to when I reached there, my entire history was yours and mine.
Correct.
Was completely evaluated. Then we got to enter the tank.
So I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Once Shark Tank was done and you were reading these comments,
Yeah.
like somebody, same thing happened with
Yeah.
me, by the way. Somebody sent me a Reddit link that,
Yeah.
oh, people are talking about you there, you should go read it.
Yeah.
Honestly, my way of coping with it
Yeah.
is that I did not read it.
Yeah.
See, if there's positive, great.
Yeah.
If there's negative, I understand that. I understand that
Yeah.
people have things to say about everyone
Yeah.
for that matter. Honestly, not something that affects me. How
Yeah.
did you personally, go through that journey of accepting it? Did you read it? What
I
was
read it because
Okay.
it's not like me to have unread messages or unread anything on my phone. I went through it. And it, as I said, it angered me
Yeah,
initially.
okay.
But because I'm not been the one who's ever been in the limelight on social media myself,
Yeah.
so I stay very away. I genuinely feel ये सब कचरा है.
Yeah.
You know, these comments and absorbing this kind of content in your brain, I honestly, who has the time for it?
Yeah.
So it angered me at first, but then it took me some time to understand that, first of all, where these people are coming from, it is none of my business.
Yeah.
So then I kind of ignored it completely, but it did got me thinking about it, and I did want to talk about it. I did have this urge to reply to a message, but then I was like, यार कब तक आप ऐसे ही यहाँ से यहाँ आके खेलते रहोगे,
Yeah.
खेलते रहोगे. So I don't think it was worth it.
You know, one thing that I observed in my case was
Yeah.
that my family was reading it, like my immediate, my sister, my mom.
Yeah.
And that affected me more.
Yeah.
Because I honestly told them that don't read it.
Yeah.
Like what's the point?
Yeah.
But then what did anger me was the fact that they should have been happy that I was on Shark Tank, right?
Yeah.
It is a moment in our lives.
Hmm.
It's a big moment for somebody who's like, grown up looking at
Yeah.
Shark Tank, watching Shark Tank,
Yeah.
right? I did not want it to become a negative moment for my family.
Yeah.
And that is something that angered me.
Yeah.
That is something that affected me.
Yeah.
But once again, I think they also, it took them some time to actually process that it's all right, she's in the limelight for this particular thing. It's going to happen. But yeah, that thing affected me, and that did make me feel that should I go and read, and so that I can talk to them about it, that it's okay, these things X was said because of Y reasons and things like that. But I didn't end up doing it. But yeah, that was one thing that affected me.
No, it does affect you, yeah.
Yeah.
Because somebody told me, oh, there are 2-3 controversies happening on Reddit about you. One is about your ex-boyfriend. One is about how you were this in college. One is about how you got the deal because you're pretty. And I'm like, मैंने पूरा business बना लिया. ठीक है, मैं Shark Tank पे चली गई. मैंने investors ले लिए. And all people can talk about is, oh, how she was like this 10 years ago and how she got the deal. I was like, मिट्टी पाओ,
Yeah.
खत्म करो. मतलब मुझे उस चीज से कोई लेना देना ही नहीं रखना था. I was like, fuck this shit. I completely shut it off. Plus, touchwood, things have been just so bloody hectic since Shark Tank कि
That you don't get the time.
time ही नहीं है करने के लिए. But I am glad that we are dissecting this right now,
Yeah.
because I think it's also very important to share where you come from, because I have heard this, not just a pretty privilege thing, but generally privilege, because I come from a family background, a family business background, right? So a lot of people think कि family business kids have it easy, क्योंकि इनको तो पकी पकाई रोटी मिली है, right? And I've been hearing that, and that has been a notion I feel throughout. But what people kind of forget is कि हमारे मॉम डैड की अलग स्ट्रगल्स थी. उनकी स्ट्रगल्स थी रोटी कपड़ा मकान. भले आज हमारी वो स्ट्रगल्स नहीं है, बट हमारी दूसरी स्ट्रगल्स है. हमारी स्ट्रगल्स है ग्रोथ, हमारी स्ट्रगल है इनोवेशन. अगर हमने उस पर ग्रो नहीं किया तो दैट जो बाहर लेके हम घूमते हैं सारा दिन कि आपको ये मिला है, अगर कुछ नहीं उखाड़ा इसके बावजूद भी तो तुम हो कौन. आई डोंट थिंक, at least for me, that has always been the case. I live in that pressure, and I always live, and I think it's because of that pressure I used to think of it as a negative thing, but I feel like that's kind of made me who I am. So I have been dealing with this conversation of privilege, but then again it all comes down to this was my starting point, and where did I go from there?
Yeah, of course.
It's not about,
it's all you.
Yeah,
like,
everybody's starting point would be different.
And everybody's parents support them, right? Why do you... So, you know, one of the comments for me was that these Nepo kids... Me and my sister were laughing. Like, my mom is a school principal. My father was working in a PSU. What nepotism?
No, right.
My sister was like, if you are a Nepo kid, then I don't know what the actual Nepo kids are. Because like that makes no sense. Right? Like, but nobody is going to care about going in your background, understanding where you got your business to from where. Nobody's going to do that is what I realized. It's only you who can actually know.
So shut it down. So just like
exactly.
ऐसे कर लो and forget about what is happening. So you told me that your parents are?
My mom is a school principal and my father was in a PSU.
Okay.
So
you're the first generation business person.
No entrepreneurs in my background.
Oh, lovely. So then, see, you come from a very different experience. Regardless, you're getting the same comments. I come from a very different, and regardless, I'm getting the same comments. Ki rich dad always helps. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it does. It does. And I'm sorry, it does. But what I do with it, if you talk to me when I reach here from here.
Exactly.
That is, my starting point does not define who I am. Not saying.
100%.
My dad is rich. I am not. Even on the tank, they asked me that, क्यों पापा पैसा नहीं दे रहे हैं? And I'm like, पापा दे देंगे. Because genuinely they भी देंगे. But my parents' business was something that I could have joined simply and grown that also. But they were manufacturers. I started my own brand, which even they had no idea about how brand works or how marketing works. So this was a completely different ball game.
I understand,
So for me, I do, if I go and justify this, it'll be something like, oh, she's justifying, you know, like, so I were dealt certain cards in life, and I made the most of it. Why don't you do the same instead of commenting on Reddit? You know? So I think that's how I deal with this.
Yes, good. So I actually have a big background in investing. So before getting into D2C, I was a banker. Then I had a fintech startup. So I have a full-on background in investments. Now, one thing that I got to know while investing in other startups was that less than 2% of total investments made by VCs go in women-led VCs. This is one. And two, even back then we used to talk about this. BCG did this survey and this analysis on how women-led startups actually give investors a higher return than men-led startups. There's a BCG study that exists on this.
That's very interesting.
So literally Google BCG women versus men success in startups. So basically what that study says is that if an investor invests $1, the revenue generated per dollar invested is double in the case of women as compared to men.
There you go. That's the entire podcast. End of it.
Now think about it. Anupam is an experienced investor. So is Piyush. So is Ritesh. I'm talking about the people who gave me an offer, and so is Antler. Why would they make an investment without... they know this data point, right? They have their own portfolio. They do their own analysis. So obviously, if they're investing in a woman-led startup, I'm not saying that men-led startups are bad. What I'm saying is there is data to actually support that women can actually be very successful entrepreneurs. And investors know this. And hence they invest in it. Period. Where does the point about pretty women or like women that an investor is biased towards because they look a certain way. Where is that coming from?
That's coming from useless people on Reddit, to be very honest. And yeah, and I'm not even surprised because women are just excellent, excellent everything, but excellent multitaskers. Their cognitive, their EQ is much higher anyway. This should not become a male bashing thing.
Yes, exactly.
But I completely understand where that is coming from. So this is the thing, na. I don't want it to become a. This is not me coming from a place of male bashing. This is absolutely
Exactly.
not coming from a place of that. Oh, women are better than men. No, we're just saying that if you can call and if you don't say Adit Pachali has handsome privilege, then I don't have pretty privilege. It's just simple as that. If he is somebody who created a multi-million dollar startup, very successful, and nobody credits that to how handsome he is, because he is handsome if you if you look at him. So if nobody is referencing him as that, then don't reference us as that. We are entrepreneurs, all of us, doing our best every single day, because I think we all know that it's not easy.
Yeah.
You're wearing a million hats every day. You're juggling a lot of balls. Some of them are plastic, some of them are glass, and you were just praying to God that you don't drop a glass one today. It's so just that much acceptance is, I think, what I would hope to get from this conversation after people hear it.
So, you and I have been doing this for a few years now, and things do make you tough,
Yeah.
right? Even the number of years of
Yeah.
experience also honestly do make you tough, right? Like you get
Absolutely.
to face so many situations, challenges, you name it. However, when I think back to when I was 21, just starting my career off, if I had heard these comments about myself back then,
Ooh.
I don't know how I would have taken them.
Yeah.
Like I think they would have affected me
Yeah.
quite a bit, that too. I think they would have broken my confidence also a
Yeah.
bit. What do you think about, when a young woman is told that,
I
to
think-
succeed?
Yeah, because I think it's a very harsh thing for anybody to hear, that either you are successful because of your looks. So what is the message that a young girl is getting out of this entire narrative is that either you have to lean into them to get ahead, or you have to tone it down so that people take you more seriously. You can't be both.
Yeah.
You can't be both. I think that's something that that I would hear as a young girl, that oh, this is a factor, whereas this shouldn't be a factor. How your face shouldn't be a factor in what you're trying to create as a young
doing,
business
yeah.
person. But then when you hear such things, you right now we have thicker skins than I think what we did have back then. But that is why it's so important to flip this narrative, that you can be all the things that you want to be. You don't have to tone one down to be taken. I remember wanting to wear glasses, wanting to wear those big nerdy glasses, and I had perfect 6-on-6 vision, but I wanted to wear those and tie my hair when I started 23, 24 to look that way, because otherwise I wouldn't be taken seriously, because otherwise I would just be this girl who comes to office and because that's a narrative that I have actually fought with. So I didn't dress up, or I didn't put that effort in myself
Yeah.
in the morning, because then I wanted to be taken seriously. Otherwise I would be this girl who does makeup every day and dresses up for work. But it took me a while to kind of let go of that so what? I like spending time on myself in the morning and dressing up and making an outfit, and I enjoy that. And being taken seriously at work has nothing to do with each other. So I think that is why it's so important to change this narrative, and that is why it's important for us women who have 3 years, 4 years over very young entrepreneurs, 20 to 23-year-olds who are just starting a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Now tell me what's been up post Shark Tank. How has the response been?
The response has been unreal. Beyond what I could have imagined, to be honest. All the people who've been putting things in their cart but not ordering finally place their orders. So yes, of course, 3x we grew there. But that was just one part of it because I think we did a few exhibitions because I was like, I want to go and meet people. I want to go and meet people. When we met people, there was so much love that we got from them IRL. That oh, I saw you. You were so confident. मैंने अपनी बेटी को दिखाया आपका pitch. That for me was it. You know, I got this message from this girl, which was I think made my day. They were like of course, I think you know, DMs were flooded.
Yeah.
Right, the day it aired. But this one message made my day the most was that this girl saying that I run an Instagram store and I came home shattered, one of the shittiest days I've had, and I saw your pitch, and now I actually feel inspired and motivated to keep going.
Aww.
And I was like,
That's so cute.
yes, that's it. That was the.
Was
I
this
think,
a young girl?
This was a young girl
okay.
who. So I think and multiple such things
Yeah.
and even you know Kunal sir said such sweet things that you know I wish my daughter someday gets to pitch so confidently. It was crazy. It was great. What about you?
I think for me, I had two similar moments. One was when an uncle messaged me that first, because of one of my products, Rest Up, he had moved away from sleeping pills and now had gone to natural ingredients. And that for me was a very, very happy moment because that is why I created that product in the first place. Because my mom, when she went through her menopause, struggled with sleeping quite a bit. And like this was one of the things that made me make Rest Up in the first place. But then with that message, he had written something very similar that, you know, I just wish that my daughter, when she grows up, is as confident as you are and is able to build a business like you have. And it gave me goosebumps. It came as one of my DMs, and like I think obviously I was trying to respond to all of them, but I was not able to. A lot of them were just like, you know, thank you, thanks a lot. But then this person, I really sent a long message that, you know, I would love to have a conversation with your daughter if in any way I can help, etc., etc. So I mean, because I know, again, you know, if you read about everything on Reddit and everything, you feel down, you know that your family is reading, etc. But then there's one news article, I think it was Indian Express, that talked about how Anupam called me the best founder he had ever met on Shark Tank.
Oh.
And I was like, and they talked in length about me and my background. While I did not, like, you know, you want to pick out the positives out of all the noise also that's there. That made me feel like, okay, like, you know, about this my parents will be proud.
Yeah.
So that was a high moment.
I think parents being proud was such a theme in my pitch also because I pitched with them, right?
Yeah.
And the moment of when we went backstage and we hugged, so emotional.
Yeah.
It's like first.
It must have been beautiful to have them there with you.
It was beautiful to have them there because me and my dad, we have a lot of differences.
Yeah.
When it comes to work, we have a very different working styles. Obviously, because he comes from a very different generation, right? So, and I have so we fight a lot. But that day, it was one of those days where, you know, we culminated and we did something together.
Yeah.
And it was real and it was big, and I forgot my mom was there. You know, this is the thing with fathers and daughters, no? I forgot for a second my mom's there. I just hugged my dad and my mom just hugged us. It was such a wholesome moment. But yeah, I think that you know how you want your parents to be proud of you. I hated that I had this need, but
millennials.
Yeah, first daughters. I hate that I have this need for them to just be proud of me, especially my father. But I think that got validated that day for the first time properly.
Correct.
So I was like,
very nice.
Tick.
I think with me also, my father has been helping me out a lot, like from day zero of me doing this. And I think he was also reaching a point when we were growing and he, you know, needed more support because he was at one point handling all of my ops. and he needed more support, and he was like feeling exhausted, and he's retired. He's like 65,
Yeah.
above 65. So we like, and now I see this added enthusiasm in everything that he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's still like doing a lot, although like he's not, as we are growing, we are getting more people in, so his responsibilities are going down, which is great, because I do
Yeah.
feel that he needs a break now, because he's been working continuously over the past year,
Yeah.
helping me build this. But yeah, I can see that increased enthusiasm at his end of him enjoying that. Okay, now we're a Shark Tank brand.
Yeah. That is so sweet, no?
Yeah.
When your parents are invigorated and you see a new life in them, like, because who would have thought? I come from a very normal family.
Yeah.
Okay, like my father, my dadu he was in service. He was in a government job. My father is a first generation entrepreneur. He started a couple of businesses, and we come from a very humble starts, to the point that, when we moved to Gurgaon, we were living in like a 1 BHK sort of a situation for the longest time. And then my mother joined the business. That is when my dad says कि मेरी किस्मत तब पलटी है life में. So,
Lady luck.
and किसने सोचा था कि they will come on TV?
Yeah.
उनकी लाइफ की प्रॉब्लम्स क्या थी, रोटी कपड़ा मकान, and they could have never imagined that they will come on TV. So my dad was so happy. He was tripping so hard when I could see his eyes like lit up, like a child's eyes. Like I could see my dad's child version in him for the first time, being so genuinely like elated. I was like, done. It's very
Job done. It
intimidating
was
in the
so-
tank,
of
yeah, to bring up
course.
these
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
and there are so many things that I also wish
To have
that-
said.
to have said. Like I wanted to share a few things. Though touchwood, my pitch was almost perfect. No, so because they were nice.
Yeah.
Sharks were genuinely super nice. And what part I think everybody sees and assumes is that 15 to 20 minutes. We stood there for 1 hour and 50 minutes. I think Mars was one of the longest
Wow, okay.
pitches. And it was me, 5 sharks, and I'm sure with you also, and it's grilling. It's
Yeah.
constant, one after the other, constant grilling that was happening. But somehow I was in this zone where I didn't even realize that what I was going to say. I was not registering questions the way or thinking about, oh, this should be nothing. It was a flow state. I was just flowing with it. Because after that, I asked my dad कि अच्छा ये तो पूछा ही नहीं उन्होंने. Dad is like, उन्होंने पूछा? तूने आंसर दिया, क्या बात कर रही है? But मुझे याद नहीं है. So that's what I'm coming to, that the audience doesn't see a lot of grilling that happens. They see, oh, कितनी सीधी सादी बोरिंग सी प्यारी सी पिच थी, but there were a lot of grilling in terms of numbers, and I know my shit, and that is why it felt easy, right? So I think that anything I wanted to say at that time, no, I don't think. I think I covered most of it. Now I don't even remember what I covered. So how am I going to answer that? I don't even remember what I said. So I don't really know what I should have added. But touchwood, I think it was an experience of a lifetime. It was an out-of-body experience. I was not in my body at that time. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
I feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
I do not remember very, very big chunks
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
And mine was 1.5 hours,
Yeah.
shorter than yours. I'm very happy about
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I don't remember a lot of it.
Yeah. Another thing I'm so worried about is going to happen when we were ideating this whole podcast. I was so worried that there are going to be comments. It's like, हमें तो ये pretty भी नहीं लगती है, क्या बैठ के बकवास कर रही है? I'm sure ये होने वाला है. I'm looking forward to it.
They're gonna be ये तो होगा ही, then 2 women just doing the usual, bitching about things.
I think this is just, if you genuinely ask me, this pretty privilege or whatever privilege, or people thinking that it's just one of the challenges we face as an entrepreneur. It's not even in the top 10 challenges that we face every
100%.
day. So I think I to go by, there's like, girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do and move on, and don't think too much about it. But I think it was a very important conversation to also have today, because I genuinely feel that the young girls, the girls who are texting me, the father of the girls who are texting you, they need to know that they can be whoever they want to be at all times, and they don't have to choose either and or.
Keep the noise out.
Beauty and brains are not mutually exclusive. You can have both. And pretty privilege is also not a business strategy. So, guys,
Even if it gets you to
I'm
a
sorry
certain
to
point.
disappoint everybody, but it's really not a business strategy. So, yeah.